and we hope you're having an amazing day as it is. We'll start with you, Mr. Chilton, as you're next to me. Talk us through your crazy race today. The weather has really played a part, but we did pretty well in that last one. P4, all smiles coming out the car.
Yeah, hello everyone, and welcome to Snetterton. It's just been crazy. I actually had really bad luck in race 1 and really good luck in race 2. I actually looked at one weather app, which I thought it was actually going to rain again in race 1. So I actually went full soft with my setup, which would have meant that it was really quick in the rain and really slow in the dry. And it was obviously very dry in race 1. And I used the medium tyre, not the soft tyre, so I was really hindered in race 1, but just squeezed that 1 point in by finishing 15th. And then for race 2, we took the soft springs off it and we put the stiff springs on it for the dry, and guess what, it rained. So I was dreading it, to be honest. But going around on the outlap, I was very much like, oh, I think it's going to be slicks. And then just coming around the last bit of the corner here, I got the radio to my engineer, and I said, please can you ask Joe, my data engineer, to double check on the data, on the GPS, is it actually going to rain? Or is it going to be sunny, otherwise I'm kind of slicks? And he said, no, it's going to rain in 16 minutes time. Just as I was coming out the last corner, and by that point I did see Tom, because he was at the front, going down the pit, so it's not like I could then tell him from my car to him, by the way, don't go down there, it's raining in 16 minutes. So I was very fortunate that obviously quite a few guys went in for slicks and I stayed out, but just as my wet tyres were going off and the slicks were coming in, it rained again, which was obviously brilliant for us on the wet tyre. This is bad, isn't it?
Try this one.
Hello, is that good? Yeah, that's good, isn't it? So really, really happy. We went from 15th to 4th, and I nearly got Cookie down here for 3rd, but I would have had to have wiped him out completely if I was to take that move, so it wasn't going to quite work sadly. But yeah, really, really happy. It was, yeah, like I said, a bad race 1, but a great race 2.
Didn't Josh Cook fire you somewhere?
Today?
No, I seem to remember he had a little incident with you at Donington, did he? Was it Brands?
Oh, yes, Josh. I owed him one, didn't I?
Yeah, that was your chance, eh?
That was my chance. Well, I did have 4 wheels locked up going towards him on the apex down at the chicane.
And there was your excuse.
Yeah, I should have gone, shouldn't I? Yeah, Josh, if you're looking, you're lucky.
Thank you very much, mate. I think this one, one's a bit of a. We'll put that one down. Well done in that race. It's great, isn't it? And when you say a little bit of luck, I think we were owed a little bit of luck. I think we were, absolutely. We were due a little bit. So well done, you. Tom, we'll come on to you now. A little bit about your weekend. I mean, it's been dominated by the weather. All I've seen you do today is look at weather apps.
And I still get it wrong. Who's the idiot there then?
I don't know. No, we need to be in touch with some storm chasers.
We could do with a storm chaser on the team.
If anyone knows any storm chasers, get them.
I do. He messaged me loads of times on Instagram going, don't go slicks, don't go slicks, don't go slicks, don't go slicks.
Ah.
So what did I do?
Oh. Who runs your socials?
I don't know. Who
runs someone else. Who's that? I don't know who that is.
Whoever runs my social media.
Someone should keep an eye on them.
Who was watching those messages come in. Zach?
Don't blame me.
I'm going to blame Zach.
How have I got to blame?
Hey, I'm a racing driver. You should know it's always someone else's fault.
Okay, tell us how your race went.
Not very well. We started the day in 13th because we were a little bit rubbish in qualifying, and it didn't feel very good. So we were a bit slow in quali, so that wasn't good. We made up for it in the first race.
Absolutely.
And we came through to 6. I knew that, obviously.
Yeah.
We came through to 6, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, we came into race 2. There's a little bit of rain before it, as I think we all may have seen and felt that. So we were kind of braced to go for wets. I was happy to go for wets. And then as we went round to do the kind of the lap to the grid, I like your hat by the way, it looks really good. The way to the grid. All of a sudden, as we're driving round, it started.
Did you not know? Did you not know that was on your? I thought you noticed it.
When did you put that on?
I couldn't possibly say. It then looked like it started to get a little bit wet.
One time we did.
For whatever reason, I decided that whilst it was wet, a slick tyre was the way to go. And in fairness, I was watching Ashley and the other clan as to, we kind of said, well, as we were driving around, it was actually drying really quickly. Considering the pictures are on the screen at the minute, that's how we started, and within 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it all sort of started to dry off. So, grow up, mate. Childish. Unbelievable. He's 40 and he still acts like a child. Unbelievable. Yeah, we decided that was the sensible thing to do. Copy what Ash did. Obviously, it didn't quite work out. Was it rubbish? Yeah. Was it scary? Yeah. Have we learned from it? Probably not, because we'll probably make the same mistake again, but never mind.
Okay. Thank you very much for summing that up, and well done in race 1. That was an incredible drive. Ronan, we'll come to you. We'll talk about a couple of things. We'll talk a little bit about your day so far. There's also something I want to come up talk to you about last week. We'll get onto that. How's today?
Last week I was down at Pembrey.
Not last week. I didn't mean last week. I meant 2 weeks ago. Tell me a little bit about your weekend so far.
Arduous.
Right.
But like,
good word.
One of the most exciting parts of my day was seeing you balance that hat on Tom's head. It's been quite tricky. Quali was below par, but we know why. Put a positive spin on that. The race was wet there, and what some of the issues we had in qualifying, when it did then rain and we obviously wrongfully chose to put the wet on, the car was extremely different to what I felt it was like in qualifying. So we have made steps forward with that. It's about the only positive to take. Race 1 feels like a wasted bit of hard work now, really. P11, some real good overtakes. In the end, we dropped down a little, came back, held our own really well, and then floated around on my own for 6 or 7 laps in race 1, just enjoying the Norfolk scenery, to be honest. The car's been really good in the dry. Unfortunately, we've just not been blessed by the weather.
We haven't been helped out by the weather. Let's go on to a nicer subject. I want to start out because we do the Q&A before race 3, obviously always, and we haven't had a chance to give you a massive round of applause for your race win at Brands Hatch.
Thank you.
Well done, you. How was it? You're still on a high days later, I should imagine.
Oh, absolutely. Even coming into the weekend, I had so much energy, more so than usual. The normal dip that we all talk about, and I've mentioned in here before, that we have on a Tuesday when all the adrenaline wears off, your body feels sore and all that after a real intense weekend. And I just didn't have that. It just kept going on cloud 9 really, but I'm firmly back down to earth now, that's for sure.
Right, okay. Right, I think we've got a bit of time, haven't we? So this is when we come out to you guys to see if you've got any questions for our drivers. Has anyone got any questions? It can be absolutely anything. It doesn't have to be race. There we go.
I've got a question. Tom Chilton.
Right.
Out of all the cars that you've driven,
Oh no.
what was your best car? Do you actually own any of them?
All the cars you've driven, what was your favourite? And did you own any of them? Was that?
Do you own any of them since then?
It's a good
Oh, if
question.
you own any of them.
It's a very good question. My favourite car I've driven is obviously a Bristol Street Motors Hyundai. My favourite race car actually of all time was my Sebastian Loeb Racing Citroen CLC World Touring car, which is in my garage at home. But a little secret, Sebastian Loeb wouldn't actually sell his car to me. So I actually got a Van Muller's, which finished second in the championship, whereas Sebastian drove the same car that I drove. I just drove it the year after him. He finished third overall in the championship in the work Citroen, and funny enough, I finished third in it the year after. And he said, you can have your pedal box, your steering wheel, your seat, but I'm keeping that car at home. So I've actually got a Van Muller's with all my sticks on and my kit in it, so it feels like my car. But that is the world's greatest front-wheel drive car ever made, I think, personally. It's way faster than these cars with a 1.6 litre engine, and they've got a flat floor, they've got a little bit more downforce, but they're just absolute rocket ships. And as a driver knows, when you drive a front-wheel drive car on the limit, they're very much loose at the rear and alive. This car had 300% front downforce, so when you hit your foot on the brake, it was snaking in a straight line. It was wild, and it always felt like it was on edge, always trying to kill you every corner. And when you were drifting and just missing barriers on some street circuits, there was nothing quite like it. I absolutely loved it.
There we go. Thank you very much for the question. It was a good one. We got any other questions? Oh, is there a hand going up?
Let's do that quick, yeah.
For Tommy Group, okay. Why did you want to become a racing driver, Mr. Tommy?
What a great question. Why did I want to become a racing driver? Well, a number of reasons. It's cool. That's really what I wanted to do. And when I was, how old are you, by the way?
How old? 7.
7. So when I was your age, I came along to a British touring car race, just like yourself. And I came along and I met loads of the drivers, and I thought they were all awesome. And there was one driver I met in particular who I thought was just fantastic. He's an absolute legend of the sport. Generally a really, really nice guy. And you know, I must say he's become a friend, and I still look up to him to this day. And you know, ever since I met Matt Neal, that was really the guy I wanted to get to know, and that's who I wanted to become.
Amazing, amazing answer. Thank you very much for the question. Is there any other questions that we have from anyone else? Oh, yeah, we've got one. Sorry? Plain or Freddos?
Freddo.
When it comes to Freddos, plain or caramel?
Plain or caramel? I think it's plain. Plain. I also didn't share mine because these guys don't, so I decided not to share mine either.
Genuinely can't move for double deckers and Freddos in that tray.
No,
It's crazy. You just get given stuff. Are we all good? We've got one more. We've got, do I see a hand up yet? Roman. Why did you stop the minis and go to touring cars?
Go faster.
I was just a little bit bored. I've done 3 years of that, and that was just enough. No, we'd actually planned and announced that we were doing minis for a 4th season as a championship assault with Accelerate, and they still had the 4th seat available in the BTCC team. And yeah, things spiraled really, really quickly from sometime in February of 2023 across maybe a 2-3 week period, and the next thing I was one of the 4 standing here entertaining you all.
There we go. There we go. So 3 years in the minis, and then the second year in the touring cars. Long may it continue. I think are we good, Laura? Have we got to make a move? We got one. We got to make a move. Have we got any more questions? We got one more. I think we're good. If we're good, we're good to go. These guys have got a quick turnaround because of the weather has scuppered original plans. Thank you. Before we go, thank you very much for being with us today. We know you've had an amazing day despite the changeable weather, where you've got one more race to go as well. We're going to put it all online. A quick round of applause for our drivers for making us proud, and enjoy your day, and we'll see you very, very soon.